is, see your friend Zane, he must have gotten mad because we all know he loves Trey. Yeah, Zane is quite the character. Hey Nick, glad to see you. I'm gonna have to get your services one day soon. I need the air conditioner fixed over at the house. The air mover is not moving again. I don't know, that thing keeps just being a dick. You know how it is. One day I'll be able to get a new one. I need to remember to call you and talk to you about that. Maybe send me a text if you remember to, reminding me to talk to you to see what we can do about that. It's just the air mover not coming on whenever the AC unit kicks on. Sometimes I can flip the breakers on the AC unit and then flip them back and it'll work, but that's not a solution, and it doesn't always work, and I can't get Casey to go in the attic and do it. Oh, well, I think that's probably going to be most of the fun here tonight. As we've shown, I have every legal right to be where I am. I've been instructed to be here by the police as the place as I can be. There is no separation of the property between Tony Spell's house and the church. This is one property, and it is in line with that Sunday school building back there. But they keep forcing me to have less and less safety options, and every complaint these people have made have just made it more dangerous for me, which is all they care about. They just want me to be hurt, or because they've proven that with 3 different vehicles, and the guy I had to have file a threat charge on for when he was pulling out there and threatened to punch me in the face on live video on the internet. It's amazing how dumb some people are. And even the Central Police watch some of my broadcasts because, they like to know. Zane, I'm glad you love me, but I really don't think I find you attractive. So, no thanks. I like keeping my asshole tight. Well, these people are walking back over here. What are they doing now? They're gonna probably say some stupid prairie god shit. And that'll run me off faster than anything else. Oh, they're walking by their bus. Y'all gonna remove this sign? You gonna take away this sign? It's liable. What? Thank you.
Put it back in my truck.
That's great. Appreciate it.
Have a good night, Ray.
You too. I mean, it's still already liable, but the longer you keep it out there, the more civil suit there would be against it.
Scott.
Oh, Scott's calling me now. He must have noticed that I'm in his, I gotta call him back. He probably knows I'm in his driveway because, he can see it. I'll call him in a minute. This has pretty much lost its fun. I've seen plenty of sheriffs drive by and none of them have come by because, as they know, I'm not breaking any laws. These people are trying to make it seem like I am, but hey, I got them to take away the sign of libel. So, victory for me. The sign that proclaims falsehoods about my person has been removed. I call that a win. Oh, Zane, I love you, Trey. Wow. I'm pretty sure that, no, I think Zane wants to put his penis in my booty. And if he was a hot chick, I might be okay with a little butt play, but not some weirdo Christian. Woo! I like being funny. Oh. So today has just been about as stupid as it possibly could be out here. Let me get one more look to see if Tony ever took a peek out. Oh, never saw Tony take any peeks out. Tony's windows are lit up, but no visible Tony. Oh, they turned their truck back on. Maybe they're leaving too. Who knows? You never know with these people. They're weirdly, when you're indoctrinated your whole life and then you self-brainwash, for the rest of it, and you start believing ridiculous things written by goat herders, warlords, and liars in the Bronze Age. Whenever I want to figure out a moral quandary, I always go find the nearest goat herder and ask them what they think. That's why morality is so great in places like Afghanistan. Because goat herders know everything there is about morality. And of course their God was so terrible at picking kings that all the ones he picked, he had to pick new ones because they all, failed. I don't know why their God's so stupid he couldn't even pick kings to rule over them. But we live in America where we have freedom of religion and freedom from religion, things that are not Christian values. Pretty much our entire Constitution is antithetical to the Bible. But for some reason, these kind of people think that we live in a Christian nation, even though this nation was founded by deists who in no way believed in your God. That's why Jesus never appears in the Constitution, not even once. Oh, these people don't even understand science. They think, I've even heard them say, science proves God. Science disproved the Bible in 1803 when geology proved the world was millions of years old. At least. Now we know it to be 4.3 billion years old. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Your God was only invented in about 900 BCE. So he's 2,900 years old. That's not good. Your God wasn't even invented before your supposed flood. And and you're lying about having Jews leave Egypt to go through the deserts of Egypt to get to the rest of Egypt. They call it Canaan, but in that time it was actually, Egypt. It's pretty dumb for, these slaves were so rich, they had so much gold and livestock and all kinds of things, so when Moses walks up a mountain for a minute, they have enough gold to build a whole freaking calf out of. I've never heard of slaves owning, tens of pounds of gold before. Hundreds of pounds of gold. What does it take to build a golden calf? I don't know. But I'm sure it's a lot more than any slave has ever had. Hey, Abby. Abby, you missed the police harassing me, telling me I was on their property, even though I'm clearly on the servitude. You should watch this whole video and see the hilarious, and the previous one, to see how hilarious things were. But I've talked now to the Assistant Chief Sibley, and he straightened things out. I had to go I'd park my car across the street, as you know about doing, so that I can't be screwed with by the random sheriffs that are trying to enforce laws that don't exist, claiming that I'm on their property when I'm clearly not, but whatever. These people here made numerous false reports, wasting the police time. Gotta love it. And they're just sitting there. There's like a whole family in this truck. How many of them are in there? How many people are in your truck? 4? 2? 3? I can't tell. At least 2 of them. Man and a woman. Oh, I know why they're upset. I'm probably interrupting their car sex. I'm sorry if I'm in the way of you getting some head, man. I don't want to get in the way of that kind of stuff. I got 20 people watching. This is quite the crowd. Once I get my new blogging site up, the domain name I got, it's COVID-19, that's with a dash, COVID-19crusader.com. I'm going to start really calling these people out even more. I'm going to take away some of these journalists I've met's jobs with my journalism. Well, at least my wacky brand of being places and talking about crazy things and making weird commentary. But I seem to have an audience. Nothing makes me happier than seeing y'all's, seeing the number of viewers I got at a time, seeing y'all's comments. How long will they sit there? I think they think that you're gonna break into Tony's house. Why the hell would I want to break into Tony's house? It's full of fucking virus. I'm not gonna go anywhere in this place. I won't step foot on any of their property. I mean, maybe if I had one of those like level 4 biohazard suits, self-contained breathing and all that stuff. No, I wouldn't even risk it then. It's just not worth doing. I don't think this place will ever be fit for human occupation again. They really are going to have to, in my opinion, they should tear it down, light the remains on fire to ensure that people don't get any viruses, and then, you know, they can rebuild after that if they want. I don't really care what they do after that. I just don't want this COVID-19 getting spread. And, well, I do wish these Christian people would be less violent. That would be great. I also today found out that after I filed charges against Maggie Spell and was going back to my car, she was the one who then came up behind my car filming me that I had to, you know, yell at from the intimidation. So now I'm actually even more proud of the things I said to her. I stand by everything I said in that video. And it being her, she was just harassing the victim of a crime she just committed. You know, these people are ridiculous. Just plain old ridiculous. I'm going to let y'all alone so y'all can have some car sex. Enjoy yourselves. I mean, I hope they're having car sex, otherwise they're going to be bored as shit sitting on here. Oh, man. Although that might be a sin or something. You know, even though the American word for sin is liberty, they don't get that. They also don't understand that, you know, in my reading of the Bible, God is a tyrant. Oh, they're leaving. Oh, maybe they're going to go park somewhere where they can get some car sex on. Enjoy doing it behind somewhere. I wonder where they're going. Are they going away? No, they're just parking over there. Oh, they want to be able to see me. Oh, I know what it is. They want to look at my beautiful self while they have their car sex. I am an aphrodisiac. I can see that being the problem. I know people do love me. They're over there now. They really needed to move. I guess they didn't like my telling them that they needed to be getting that, you know, some head going on at least. They got a back seat in that truck. They could be pounding it out. They're on private property. They can do what they want as long as they got permission to be there. No one can see them, so it wouldn't be, you know, indecent exposure or anything unless I can't catch them on camera doing that. Oh, I mean, I could. You know, if people want to do it, I'll film it. I think human sexual relations is a beautiful thing, as long as the people involved, you know, look decent. There can definitely be some not very attractive sex. We've all heard about that. If you go don't go Googling that, because you'll find some things you don't want to see, and once you see them, you can't unsee them. Oh. But these people, with their complaints, are making me have to walk almost a mile back to my car. I don't actually think it's a mile. I can check later with my step count. It'll tell me. Oh. Oh. Ow. They're still there though. I bet they think they caused me some trouble, when all they did was give me some great video of some cops acting unnecessarily disrespectful to a person who's in no way doing anything wrong. But hey, that's what the sheriff's department's known for. I don't know why I haven't had any problems at all with any of the Central PD, and yet this one guy, he decides he's just going to be a jerk. You know, he told me there were signs that said that that park was closed, and I told him there weren't. And he went in there, he's like, oh, there's no sign. That tells me the sign was taken down. Yet there were no signposts with no signs on them. I don't know why somebody would take down one sign but leave all the others up. That's hilarious. Oh man, this has been very entertaining. I've had a great time out here tonight. Oh yeah, looking at me while having sex. Actually, looking at me while having sex is better than watching porn, because I'm just that sexy. They're driving with just around. Maybe they want to get a better view of my deliciousness. I think they think my milkshake is the thing they want to see. Oh, they're going to the other side. No, they're just driving around the circle, being weird people. I can hear them talking every now and then, but I can never understand what they're saying. I know they can understand me. I got a nice carrying voice. It's kind of bassy when I want it to be, and I've always been one to get in trouble for speaking too loud when I was in school, when my voice just carries. Not my fault. I was born that way. Oh, these people don't believe in things being born some way. Everything's a choice. Like, you're not born gay, you choose to be gay. Or you're not born with a different gender identity, you choose it. Or you're not born an atheist, even though everyone's born an atheist and you have to be taught religion. They say you're born a Christian. That's why the vast majority of the world has no idea what Christianity even is. It's in no way the most popular or largest religion. They love to say that the Bible's the best-selling book, when I know that the Bhagavad Gita, which was written thousands of years before the Bible, has been in circulation and passed around far, far, far more than any Bible. And I've never seen the Bible in any year make the #1 selling list. You know, Christians claim a lot of things, they're just never really true. Oh, I'm not trying to hate on all Christians. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody with that. You know, I'm hating on these guys. They're not real Christians. You know, this is a cult of Tony Spell. Hey, they're getting close. I'll be able to see them better. Oh man, they want to see me better. Oh, that's what it is. They're getting closer, so my sexiness can be more visible to them. Whew. I'm actually needing my cane, because when I walk this far, my sciatica starts bothering me, and that kind of sucks. It's funny that that officer earlier said it looked like a Mexican standoff. It's like, well, no, a Mexican standoff requires 3 people. When there's 2 people, it's just a standoff. But you know, you don't have to have a degree in anything to be stupid. I do wish they would start requiring, like, at least a bachelor's degree in criminal justice or something in order to be a police officer. But hey, we're just gonna stand here and see what these people do. Y'all enjoying my sexiness? I bet you are. I'm sorry if I interrupted your car sex. So, are y'all pro aggravated assault? You are pro aggravated assault? Why do you support a pastor that tries to drive buses at people? No answers? What about Maggie? She drove her car at me, then drove around me, then after I filed a police report against her, drove behind me and started recording me. And y'all are upset that I used some words you don't like at her. But you know, there's no such thing as vulgarity or curse words. Magic's not real. What you consider obscenity, I consider free political speech. Plus, it's just fun to say fuck you, you know. It's a great combination of words. It's amazing how well the word fuck goes with the word you. But hey, that's just the facts of life. I wonder if they know the facts. Have y'all got the birds and the bees talk? Because I'm really hoping that y'all are using this time for car sex. Otherwise, y'all just must be bored out of your minds. I mean, I've got people that are so entertained by this, they're watching it on the internet at their houses. Oh, wave. Yeah, wave to all the people at home. Oh, they turn on their lights before they start the vehicle. That's kind of backwards. To start your vehicle, then have the lights come on so you don't have so much strain on your battery at once. It makes your battery last longer. Wow, that guy's driving way too fast. Man, they got some bad speeders out here. Hey, look, a rock. Somebody could hit that. I'm going to have to knock that off of the road so nobody runs into it. I would hate for that to happen. Uh-oh, they're driving at me. Good night. Don't come back tomorrow. Have a good one, jackasses. All right, now there's no one here. I bet they just go. Oh, look at that! They're gonna go to Blackwater. I bet they turn right back in the church. Oh, they can't make a 3-point turn in the driveway, so they got to go drive around. Let's see. They turn back in. No, they kept going. That's right. Wow, I outstayed them. As usual, my commitment to being out here and documenting the insanity that happens. Their welcome sign certainly doesn't mean welcome to me. At least they did take down that libelous sign claiming that I'm faithful to their church, because that's just offensive. You know, everything my signs say is factual and true. I don't make up any false claims. But these people, they love doing it. Mr. Tony Spell, the violent criminal. If they're are the courts one of the things opening back up? If they're opening up, letting people go to church, they better be letting people go to court, so we can have Mr. Spell in there for his what? I think something like 9 charges of violating house arrest, 9 extra charges of defying the his bail conditions to not hold services against the orders of the governor, and of course his wonderful statements in court where he, instead of answering a judge's question, quoted a Bible verse, and then when asked again if he would hold services, he said nothing. That's called contempt of court. Man, this dude has racked up some fines. Oh, he's gonna have one more tomorrow. Tomorrow he'll be committing another act of until he is in jail, he'll be breaking his house arrest every time he's out here. But he'll be having another service that's illegal. And on Sunday, I'll be out here trying to count the number of people. If I can estimate there's more than 250, I'll be sure to let the fire marshal know. Because this place does not hold over 1,000 people. I've been told that Bishop B.A. Spell said that it holds 940 or so, but let's give him 1,000. So that puts them at 250 max. Hopefully the bus riders still don't show up. But they did have 55 on Sunday. I don't know. We're gonna count. That's one thing I actually could use some help with next Sunday. We need to do a good count of how many people are going in and out of this church with public record. So, I mean, I know that I don't know that the police will actually be able to do that, because every church is going to be open, and there's no such thing as the manpower to investigate all that. Hey, look, a beer bottle. They say drinking at this church too. I don't know if y'all can see in this God is love sign, but around the is quotation marks. You know, like sarcasm. So, wait, to look at you while having sex is almost like having sex with your partner while watching porn. No, it's not almost. Well, looking at me while people are having sex is like watching a live porn show combined with, getting $1 million. Because I'm just that sexy. Well, thank y'all. Had a wonderful night. I'm the last person here, closing it out. I guess Tony's at his house. Even his mom left. They did fuck with me with some police again, but when you're not breaking any laws, no matter how much they try, you stand up for your rights, they won't do shit to you. They'll act like they know what they're talking about. They know the law because they're cops, but if they knew the law, they would be lawyers. As every lawyer has ever told me, the police don't know shit about the law. They know what they were taught in their training whenever they went to it, and they have no idea about the laws, how they have changed. I mean, famously, the sheriff's department was arresting gay men for having sex. I think it was up to 11 years after the Supreme Court ruled that to be illegal. They have laws here that say there's an obscenity disturbing the peace charge, when in 1971 the Supreme Court said that obscenity is not illegal because one man's obscenity is another man's political speech. So we got laws that are not legal. They forget that they're supposed to uphold the Constitution, all of it, and that includes the Supreme Court decisions that have come from it. Yeah, I'll be out here tomorrow for their service. I'll probably get out here nice and early. Really get in some good sign time. Watch how many people file in. Makes me happy. It's hilarious they called the police so many times when I'm doing nothing wrong. So, I've been so nice to the police. I've thanked the sheriff's department for being great. I thanked the Central Police multiple times, but only that one officer is the only one that's been kind of a jerk. He could have just been nice. You know, he said, "Oh, you know, I can't let you park here." I mean, he told me there was a sign, so I drove over here to check, and there wasn't one. He never said it's just illegal to park in a park, but you know, and then he would tow me. However, I was informed by his superior that since Breck is private property, they cannot tow my car from there, as they don't have the right to do so. So that cop was doing what many do, and that's called lie in order to intimidate people. I don't know what the difference. I normally park right here on the grass, and that's fine. But I park right down there on the grass, and somehow they're telling me I'm on these people's property? That's bullshit. 15 feet of servitude, and I was definitely not past it. Told to me by Chief Corcoran himself, a great man I've talked to many times while out here. Assistant Chief Sibley's also done an amazing job. Every deputy I've met, except for that one guy that was with Lieutenant Wheeler, who's also, I thought he was being nice as of late, but I guess not. They don't like getting calls. It's not my fault these people call and make up bullshit. They're calling, and the police does not in any way limit my rights. It's just, it's stupid what goes on, and people consider, you know, the law. But always remember, the police don't know the law. Always stand up for your rights. Never be intimidated by any kind of official. We do not live in an authoritarian society. The authority of the police comes from the consent of the people, just like the authority of the government comes from the consent of the people. Now, we have agreed upon a set of rules, again, by the consent of the people, but, you know, people don't know what those rules we've agreed on are. They don't understand how the judicial branch has interpreted the laws. And they don't understand that the executives have the ability to do what they need to. Now, I do wish when the social distancing and stay-at-home orders were made that they were actually enshrined into a law, so that if people got in your 6-foot space, even with a mask, got close to you and that, they'd be arrested. And personally, I feel that if somebody isn't wearing a mask, they're assaulting me if they get even 6 feet from me. They could be infected and spreading a virus that I don't want to get. But you know, that's how it goes. I'm out here trying to save people's lives, keep people informed of actual facts instead of nonsense said by political pundits and priests and quacks on the internet. But you know, everybody gets screwed with from time to time. I'm no different. Oh, if anybody has something that'll serve as a collection plate, I was thinking about putting a collection plate out here tomorrow. See if I can usurp some of Tony's money before it gets to him. I doubt it will work. Well, really won't take money from them. The ATM in there, you know, probably spit out the cash they need. But hey, I'll take donations. It'd be great to make a couple dollars standing out here because it's a lot of work. Oh, but hopefully I'll be able to parlay this into a blog, do more reporting on the status of COVID-19, as this crisis will continue for months and months, regardless of state openings. I also plan to begin protesting the opening of Louisiana at the state capitol. I hope that we can actually get a good protest going on for that, because I think the intelligent people in this state know that opening it will only cause people to die. And no one has the right to do any action that leads to the harm and death of others. And that is what the only thing that will happen by relaxing the restrictions on who and where people can go. It's already, people aren't following them enough as it is. That's why we're seeing more deaths and infections. I'm hoping on the 15th the governor will notice that, hey, this is a terrible idea, and go ahead and shut it back down, but we don't know. Hey, people are laughing and thumbs up, so I guess y'all are happy and have enjoyed my hilariousness, and give me the thumbs up for the great time. Thanks, y'all. It's been a wonderful night. I've enjoyed it. Hope y'all have. Sorry the stream got interrupted. I'm sorry that the police acted like jerks for no reason. And I'm sorry that these people make up bullshit that somehow gets taken as if it were true. It's not like, I don't know, police often think that whoever makes a complaint is somehow, the person who is the victim, when in reality, the person who makes a complaint is just the person who makes a complaint. The job of the police is to then investigate it and find out what actually happened instead of one jackass's biased opinion. Because in every situation, there are three opinions. There's the one guy's opinion, the other asshole's opinion, and then there's that middle thing called the truth, the thing that actually happened. And you almost never get that out of anybody. So good night, everyone. Thank y'all for watching. I've had a great time. Remember, God is, in quotation marks, love. So take that as you will. I think it means God isn't love. Does that mean God is hate, or just God isn't love? He's just neutral. And there's a heart on that cross because, Jesus had to get murdered and spill his blood in order to end all the necessity of the blood magic murder of animals, to forgive people for their magical transgressions against the supernatural being that doesn't exist. It was really just a way for priests to get fat off all the delicious animals that people would bring for sacrifices. But hey, who cares? Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Well, y'all see me tomorrow, or at least hear me. Yo. All right. Well, those officers were for some reason jackasses, even claiming that I'm somehow parked on these people's property, which I am not. But I'm going to go ensure that they can't bitch at me for where I'm parking by parking at a friend of mine's house across the damn street. And he's going to have to walk a lot further because, like my handicapped self, they're also saying well, it's 10:40. I did not mean to be out this late. Oh, I was just coming out every 20 minutes to check for the fucking sign. I turned into a long ass fucking fun time. Oh. No, I'm not. I'm exactly where. No, that's not what I said. I did not say the chief did. I said the sheriff did. God, you're an asshole. The chief wasn't out here. The sheriffs were out here that day. I don't know what's wrong with that dude. He's either an idiot or a moron. I'm going to show my videos off to some better people too. Hey, Scott, I'm back at your house. About to call you. Sorry I couldn't catch you. This is in the middle of some fun video. Hope you saw the hilarity. Woo! Oh, I locked the door. Hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, maybe I'll just go park my car over there for a minute. Just for shits and giggles. Oh, man. I'm sorry to bother you. And then, will you call the chief for me? Oh, no, you won't? Because, what? Oh, that's right. You're scared. Because you're wrong. Lying piece of shit. I don't know what's wrong with that one officer. I've been out here helping people, doing the right thing, and these officers are treating me like a piece of shit. Taking people's claims like, well, I haven't done that. I got video evidence that I didn't, but hey, I can show that to you. Or you can just go watch it on Facebook your fucking self. I didn't do anything that was claimed. Sorry I listened to the police. When y'all tell me to do something, I do it. And then some other police say, oh, you can't do that. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. My phone's almost dead. 5%, shit. Man, whew, that was a lot of fun, man. Oh, almost hit 10,000 steps already. Shit, yeah. Hey.
That was wonderful.
Oh, man.
I love the car sex. That was great.
That's what I was hoping they were doing. I mean, why else are you going to sit out there?
That was the best, dude. I loved it.
Oh, I mean, once they called the police a couple times, I just had to fuck with them. Oh.
Yeah, I got to get it. Once it allows me to play it back, I want to play it back and see the cops. I see that's probably that same asshole lieutenant that I spoke to the previous day.
What, for the central one or the sheriff?
Sheriff.
Yeah, that was Lieutenant Wheeler.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
He is. I mean, he's been decent to me sometimes. I've had though when I wanted him to arrest my neighbors for aggravated assault for threatening to shoot me while standing out their door. The wife had body half out the door like she was holding a gun behind the door and threatened to shoot me. And she didn't get arrested for that shit. But he wants to threaten to arrest me for parking on the fucking side of the road. Yeah. I don't know. It's funny.
I don't think there's sense.
No, I called and the guy that was out there from the Central Police Department. I had seen him earlier today because I was making some complaints about some things. He said, "Oh, you were illegally in that park at night." I was like, "Well, it doesn't have any signs saying that you can't go in there at night." He's like, "Oh, there's a sign there. You can't go in there at night." And I was like, "Okay." So I drove over there and no signs. He comes and is like, "Oh, you're on their property." He's like, "No, I'm not. I'm on the servitude. It's not their property." He's like, "And you parked in that park." It's like, well, there's no sign saying I can't. It's like, I guess there is. I'll show you. And we go in there. There's no signs. I looked. I read every sign in there before I parked. And he's like, well, there not being a sign here makes me know that somebody took it down. It's like, yeah, somebody went in the park and took down the sign that says no parking after dark and left all the other signs. Now, when all the assholes came out, I called Sibley, and he said he's going to have a talking to that fat fucker that came out, and he called the sheriff's department. He called the captain and told him that I'm not doing a goddamn thing wrong. It doesn't matter if they're the sheriffs, that I'm absolutely in the right in what I've done, and I've consulted the police extensively to know exactly where I can be and what I can do. So they didn't come back out after that. I stuck my car. I mean, Sibley told me just to go park where I normally park, but I was just parked further down Hooper Road, you know, like not anywhere different. And so I was like, you know, I'm still on Hooper. I'm in the same place. I'm just further down. He's like, well, I mean, you just park where you usually do. It's like, I'll just go park at Scott's. That way they won't fuck with me. So that's a good idea. And tomorrow we'll have a bit of a discussion. That's what he said. Because, you know, the chief and the assistant chief love me. Because, I mean, they've done so much to help me and make sure I'm okay. And now that I know it was fucking that dumb bitch Maggie. I love her name being Magi.
Hell yeah, old Magi.
Yeah, so you're more than one maid? Magina Maggie. Oh man.
Cool.
I was only.
I still have that video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull video number 5, camera 5. I think it's 5. No, camera 3. 3 points towards you. 5 is my driveway. So I'll pull camera 3, and we need to be able to confirm that she drove around the parking lot and pull back up behind you. But I know that's her.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be able to tell from her car. I just didn't. I mean, at that point in time, I wasn't familiar with her car or what she really looked like.
Oh, you just matched it to the car. Nice.
Yeah, like. I mean, we just need the car. I mean, I didn't really remember what the person in that car looked like. They were just being a douchebag. But yeah, after you commit a violent crime against someone, and they file a police report about you, and then you drive up behind them and start recording them. Yeah, that's a little fucked up.
Victim tampering immediately.
Pretty much. I don't know what I was trying to leave, you know. Now I still stand by. I didn't say anything that I didn't mean to say. I like being a dick because, you know, I'm a dick. I'm a dick and an asshole. I could fuck myself.
She heard what she needed to hear. Because, I mean, let's face it, she don't do missionary anyway.
Oh.
Take a while, they won't.
Now, I'm pretty sure they have sex through a hole in a sheet. Like Hasidic Jews do.
Yeah, like they do over there in where they're from.
Yeah. Oh man, I was really just going over there to see if that sign was out. That was my whole point. I was gonna be there for 2 or 3 minutes. You know, I mean, like 30 minutes. I mean, I think that Central cop, I mean, he knew I was going to go out there because I had just shown him some video of other stuff, and there was an asshole that I say was harassing me, and of course he said the guy blocking me from being able to leave is like when, you know, last night.
Right.
he said that, oh, well, you could have just walked across the street right, just straight across over here. And it's like, well, A, there's no shoulder on the other side at all. And B, they could turn out and kill me. He's like, you think you fear that they're going to do that? Of course I do. People at that church tried to hit me with cars. I'm not going to walk in front of any one of those motherfuckers with a car. At all. If it was anywhere else in a normal day, no, I would not consider that intimidation or a threat. But I sure as fuck do now. So I'm gonna file her.
I think the judge would too.
Yeah, I'm gonna show all that. I'm gonna talk to the more important cops and file some more reports. I mean, they took the report when the guy threatened to punch me. And that guy was going to leave at least. He was just a douchebag. The two people that sat there, they were intentionally intimidating me from being able to walk across the fucking street. And I'm a handicapped man. I can't just walk across anywhere. Fuck. Like that, and they perceive me as their enemy.
That's why they pulled the Central Police Department coming to this area, because
oh no, it's been reassigned back to Central Police. Central Police only have 2 people working right now.
This.
Yeah.
And they know that if it's the sheriff's department, they have a lag time.
Yeah.
As far as showing up, and they can do whatever they want. The sheriff's department doesn't care.
And also the sheriff's department, and they're just saying, well, they told us you were doing this and that. It's like, well, I got video. I didn't. I can prove I didn't. I don't have to. Can they prove that I did? Because there's not even reasonable suspicion to believe that. This place has committed violent acts against me. They have a grudge against me, and that blows their credibility from anything they say without any presented evidence as even reasonable suspicion. Like, I mean, they know that. They didn't ask me for my ID. They didn't, all the things you can do. They just said a bunch of bullshit to be intimidating. They kept threatening. But it's like, yeah, you can threaten all day long, you can lie about the laws, but I still know I ain't breaking any. It's like cops always say, I know the law. It's like, yeah, I know the law too, and probably better than you. But if you knew the law like you think you do, you'd be a fucking lawyer.
That's right.
Every lawyer in the world has told me that. Yeah, cops all think they know the law, but they didn't go to law school. Most of them didn't even go to criminal justice school. Woo. I mean, I think cops should have to have a degree in criminal justice to get to be a cop, but, that ain't how the world works.
Yeah, it should be required.
Should be. But that would make things like, smart. Lots of things.
Sheriff just wants more bodies anyway.
Yeah. I don't know why they were being. When the captains talk to each other, I think on tomorrow this shit's gonna get a lot straightened out. In the morning, I'm gonna. Sibley works in the morning, I think. I mean, he said he's gonna straighten some shit out. Like, he doesn't like these people fucking with me. He knows that nobody is calling and making a complaint, driving down the road, that it's those motherfuckers at that church, and that's it. But the sheriffs want to be douchebags. It's like, y'all know who I am. Y'all have heard this story. You know what's going on here. Everyone does. Everyone in Central is aware of this. People say hey Trey to me, hey Trey Bennett, when I'm at all kinds of places, and I've never met these motherfuckers. I probably got, how many people live in Central? Like 30, 40,000? I bet 15,000 of them know who I am now. Shit. And I don't.
I sent you a Facebook request from my actual Facebook account. It says Richard Sherwood.
Okay, cool.
Because somehow we got locked out of the Tony Spellwood.
Oh, technically, okay, so there is Facebook does have a policy where, like, you're supposed to use your real name and stuff, but if you're impersonating someone and that actual person makes a complaint, they will lock you out. So Tony,
How to look back in it.
yeah, like they watch my shit, you know, so one of those spells or one of their fucking followers, they're cult members. Oh man, they're just the worst kind of people.
So, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure. It's just unfortunate that it hasn't locked out, because I was gonna, I mean, hell, I was watching it from my personal account, which I never used. Somehow, I don't know how, but it opened for the first time, and since 2010. It's kind of shocked me, actually.
Well, Apple does save all your shit in the cloud somewhere, so.
Yeah, maybe it found it in the cloud from another computer.
Yeah, that's what it did.
All the computers are it's a house.
Yeah, I went, oh, I know what this is. We're going to log that in. Yeah, that's what they do. That's why they want you connected, so they control your life. That's why everybody wants you to sign up for the cloud services. Initially, cloud services were great. It was like, yeah, I can store some stuff online. Then they started making all these terms and conditions. Terms and conditions fucked us all.
Yeah, I ain't a very big fan of cloud computing.
I mean, I kind of am, but that's why I'm building a bigger home server. Like I have a big server rack.
Yeah, if it's yours, that's one thing, but if it's somebody else's, it's different.
Well, yeah, but I still have it on site. I need to I'm going to have to find a couple of people that also have their own rack servers, so we can all use each other's as our cloud storage. Like you don't want to store everything yourself, because then it's on site, and if your house burns down, you lose everything. So you find 2 other people, and you all agree to like share it, and you set up a Plex server too, so that you can all share all the movies that everyone steals.
I got 12 terabytes of them.
Well, hey, you might want to set up
I've been meaning to do that. I have all the so the computer I have on my second floor is a Mac OS X server. And it one of the, you remember the Mac before that trash can model?
God, the fucking trash can.
With the handles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Got four 3 terabyte hard drives or 4 terabyte hard drives, 68 gigs of RAM, and a 12-core processor.
That'd be great. I'd do everything you needed to do.
I was thinking too.
You got a gigabit LAN card in it?
I don't know. I'd have to look to see.
Yeah, back then gigabit wasn't quite as popular. You have gigabit internet access at your house, right?
I can get it. I don't have it. I'm getting 150 or 300. I don't remember.
300 and gigabit from Cox are both $100.
Really?
Yeah. I had to buy a new modem and shit to get it, but yeah. Because I don't rent fucking modems.
That's what I say. I don't rent modems.
I don't rent. I have the router I want. I have the modem I want. The only problem, I mean, technically the software on it is still controlled by on your modem. You can't, like, Cox is in control of the software that's on your fucking modem. Because it's got to be compatible with their system and all that stupid shit. But that's how the world works. You get so much, and then they take as much as they can. Oh man, And you
when I get
can't.
back in time, we'll go over it. Maybe we'll set that thing up to where it's a server to where we can all use it.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. And with one of the things you get with gigabit service that you don't get with the 300 is you get unlimited data, like up and down. Like technically with the 300 you get, I think it's like 2 or 3 terabytes of data a month. They don't actually. I've never been charged for going over, and I've gone over. I mean, I have my entire house is smart homed up, and everything is connected. I've had months where I had like 15 terabytes of downloading and 10 terabytes of uploading. Doing some fun stuff with back during the Pirate Bay days. I just used, a VPN and paid $5 a month for a VPN with unlimited time, and man, I uploaded and downloaded some shit. Cox had no fucking clue what I was doing. Also, I would after I stopped that for a while, the DMCA rights that are like when a show comes out on TV. The DCA, they have to register, and it takes like 15 days or so before it's really registered into the system. So if you download shows like the day they come out, as soon as people post them, Coxnet can't like say that you're pirating shit because the shit hasn't been registered to be for anti-piracy laws. It's hard to do with movies. You can sometimes get away with it on a movie like the day it's released to DVD or digital, but they're starting to register those in advance. But with TV shows, people will have the TV show ends, and within 5 minutes somebody's got that show up with all the commercials edited out.
Well, with movies, I got that under control already.
Movies are great.
I can do it if it's on a Blu-ray. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of disc or encryption. Even the Disney encryption can get that.
That's nice. Yeah, I mean, see.
Because Disney's, if you don't have the right encryption software to pull that DHCP and put it back,
yeah,
it'll fill a hard drive. It'll just keep looping it.
Yeah, but all that shit gets beat. I mean, the anti-piracy shit is stupid. Almost nobody buys anything on fucking DVDs and Blu-rays anymore. Everybody's got their own streaming service. It's like, why Disney? You release a movie, put it on fucking Disney Plus. You know, or hell, if you want me to rent it, put it on something and let me rent it. I'm not gonna buy a goddamn fucking movie anymore. The only movies I buy is I have a Sony Bravia TV. And every 6 months they make another offer for, to download any movie, 2 movies off of Google Play, as long as you update your software and answer a questionnaire. So I've got like 30 movies that I've gotten from Sony that's paid for me to download. It works with Movies Anywhere, so like, I've downloaded them on my Bravia TV. Well, I mean, got the access there, but they also show up in like Amazon Prime or all kinds of other like programs that you can rent movies on. If you can rent that movie and you bought it on any of them now, you can watch it on all of them as long as you sign up with Movies Anywhere. And that's really cool. So I do that too. But I stream everything. I haven't paid. Well, I mean, I have all the service. I switched through some of them. Like I always have Prime and I always have Netflix. But I switched between Hulu and Disney Plus and HBO. That way they all cost the same amount. So I let the shows that I'm looking forward to end, and then I watch them. Oh, and every now and then I pick up CBS All Access so I can watch Star Trek. Star Trek Picard and Star Trek Discovery. And I'll watch anything Star Trek. Star Trek Picard's badass, actually. Though it's technically free. Like, you can watch it on CBS All Access, but the next week, like after 7 days, they put the episode up for free on YouTube. And they did that with the entire season. You can still watch it. All for free.
Nice.
Yeah, that is nice. It's like you can pay. I mean, I get CBS All Access every now and then. The only things I watch are occasionally the new season of NCIS because I'm surprised they keep making it. I mean, I used to love that show, and I just keep watching it because I used to love that show. They're on season fucking 17.
Ooh.
I think all TV shows should be required to stop whenever you get to season 10. You know, it's time for a conclusion. Most shows are best when I find all of the best shows have their conclusion around season 3 through 6. Except for sci-fi shows, all the best sci-fi shows have 7 seasons. Like Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Stargate, Voyager. I even love it. Now there's some great ones that didn't, like the new Battlestar Galactica was not made to be 7 seasons. But I mean that show was 100% planned out from the beginning. And that's why it was fucking amazing. Did you watch it?
Battlestar Galactica? Yeah, I watched it.
Then I mean, when that was just done amazing.
Good shit.
It was like, at that time, it was like movie fucking quality every episode. And man, that was amazing.
There's always that one producer that actually goes out of his way, you know, and the rest of them are just just do a little bit, you know, they do enough to get by.
Another really good show that a lot of people didn't watch. I mean, they did the full run of it. It was on Sci-Fi. Was 12 Monkeys. They did a show that's much more akin to the book. Like the movie is good, a little freaky and weird, but man, the show is amazing. Like it's 4 or 5 seasons long. It's fucking good. I definitely recommend watching that if you haven't seen it. I mean, it is. It's got time travel in it. It's got, you know, they use the time travel way differently than they do in the movie because they're able to keep doing it, and it's really fucking cool. And it doesn't just center around being in a mental institution. Though it does have it has everything the movie had in it. It just completes the story and tells you so much more. Like, it's amazing. And if you like sci-fi, another good show they made was oh shit, what's the name of that show? I can't remember it now. I like a lot of sci-fi shows. But yeah, I've watched all the TV I really love. Dark Matter was a good show. Sci-fi, though, has not been really keeping up with what it was doing. Though you can watch all the shit on Sci-Fi and NBC for free. It has commercials, but NBC has an app. And all the NBC Universal channels are on that app. I mean, they have a separate app for every one of them, but you just need one app and you can watch all the shows. So, like, I use it to keep up with Blacklist. I like it, and Blacklist is pretty damn good. I mean, I'm a fan of Spader. He did the original Star Trek, Stargate movie, And
Yeah.
then when Stargate turned into a show, and Daniel Jackson's played by I usually know his name. He's got a really hot wife. His wife was the. Did you ever watch Andromeda?
Yeah.
You know the chick that was Andromeda.
Mm-hmm.
That is the wife of Michael Shanks, who played Daniel Jackson in Stargate SG-1. That woman is fucking hot. Oh man, I know way too much about sci-fi. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's storytelling done from a different angle, and sometimes, like, because I have an eidetic memory, like, I kind of know the plot to everything. Like, I know every plot that has been made. I've read a lot of books and watched a lot of TV, and there is a limited number of plots. But sci-fi shows every now and then actually come up with something new. Or they don't do the ridiculous foreshadowing. Like, people get pissed off at me watching a show or a movie with me because, like, I'll notice that they unnecessarily zoom in on something or show some little action that doesn't make any sense, and it's like, oh, they showed that. That's because this guy was with that. Oh, and that makes this guy the murderer. And then people are like, the movie this just fucking started. Like half of Law and Order episodes, I could figure out who the murderer was within 5 minutes of the show starting. The character might not even appear. It's like, oh yeah, there's going to be a maid that was real close to the family, but she got screwed over and accused of stealing, and she murdered the old lady. I mean, it's or like when I watched Fight Club for the first time. I was watching it with people that had seen it. I was watching it for the first time myself, and whenever they sat down on the plane, and both of them had the same suitcase, the same briefcase, I was like, oh, they're the same guy. They're the same briefcase, sitting down to each other having this conversation, and they get up. It's like, one of them's not real. They're the same person. And everybody looked at me like, how the fuck did you just figure that out? That is the entire point of this movie. I was like, well, you didn't have to confirm it is true, but shit.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, let me get to bed because we got an early morning hike tomorrow.
Oh, enjoy. Sorry, I was just going off, you know.
Oh,
you know how I
good.
get. Same way like you.
Oh, you're good.
We just get to fucking shooting the shit, and it goes
Hell
everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
we'll
why.
Be back soon. We'll be able to sit down and shoot the shit then.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
All right.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too. Later.
Bye.
Yeah, and then I called the fucking police chief and told him to fuck off. They gotta cut you down. Sooner or later they gonna cut you down. Down up, tell them God's gonna cut them down. Tell them God's gonna cut them down. He's just an unnecessarily douchebag. Like, you know, I've gone out of my way to make sure I'm compliant with the law, and even things that are legal not doing just because, you know, y'all ask. But you don't have to be a threatening douchebag. And then to come out and tell me I can't fucking park on the fucking shoulder, on the side of the road. I can't park on the shoulder, and I can't park on the servitude. Where the fuck can I park? I just told Darren I'd park at my friend's house, but It's like, oh, we're not, we haven't been ticketing you for parking on the. It's like as soon as someone, initially they complained that I was parking on their property, and the police chief said, "Nah, you're fine," and they recommended that I keep my car on the shoulder so that it, would protect me. Till fucking Woody Jenkins bitched, and I had to move over. The chief had us move over onto the grass. So I know I'm parking where I can be. And no, the servitude is not just for the telephone company. The servitude is for public services. One of those is walking. That's where they build fucking sidewalks. I'm very familiar with servitude laws because I've ripped the fuck out of some people's fences, torn signs off of poles, whatever I've needed to do.